Hi everyone. BCA-101. This is Monday, 10/31/16, and it is spooky. All right. This isn't the exact order we covered everything today, but I'm just going to do it the way the whiteboard is drawn up. So we talked about email today. And of course, all the issues with Hillary Clinton and the laptop found and so forth, all those issues about email, we should understand how email works. Plus, it's in this unit, okay? So then, here we have a browser or a client. You know, you can have a piece of software like Outlook. For example, yeah, you have your Microsoft product, you have Outlook, and you can set up Outlook to do your email. Lots of software that's out there that's free that you could set up to do the same thing. Okay? So when you set that up, or when you're accessing your email using a browser, you're considered the mail user agent. Being a little technical, but that's what it is. You use simple mail transfer protocol to send your mail. Let's say you're creating an email to send to me, Mr. Dirksen, and it goes then to a message transfer agent. This is software and a message delivery agent. So you know this could be your email server that you're using. What email servers are out there? Well, I have a Gmail account. I also have a Mediacom high-speed internet account, which I seldom use. I have my NIACC.edu account. Okay. And then there might be a couple sprinklings of accounts out there that I don't use. So the mail is kept on those servers located somewhere. Okay, now I do know this one is right here at NIACC on campus. So the mail goes to the server using these protocols, simple mail transfer protocols. So somebody sends mail from their browser and goes in here and goes in on the server. And it's going to wait for me, okay, me at the other end, another mail user, to go in and actually get the mail, okay, to get the mail and actually read it or have my computer read it. While the mail's here, a lot of places then pack it up, put it on hard drives or some kind of storage somewhere, so that if something happens to the mail server, we still have access to the mail. Well, then I can take the mail from the mail server and bring it to me. Okay, so that would be message delivery agent. That's software, message delivery agent. And they basically either use POP3 or IMAP. POP is Post Office Protocol, and IMAP is Internet Message Access Protocol. So it's going to use one of those two. My device on this end is set up appropriately for that one. And I could be reading it either from a browser or from a client, like Outlook. And if I want to, I can take that mail and store it on my device. Okay. Some cases, maybe you want to do that and keep the email on your device. Like my Gmail, I never do that. I just leave it there. Okay. As long as I don't run out of space, I'm good. And I've been using Gmail since it was somewhere around 2002. Don't know the exact date. I suppose I could look it up, look up some old messages. And I haven't run out yet of space between that and my photos that I store there off my phone. Okay. Now, there's some concern when you store it on your device. For example, now, politically, the issues with the email that was found on a laptop. They're investigating a laptop for some other issues, and that laptop probably has some storage in there. Sure enough, there's lots of emails stored there over time. Not sure why people would keep them on their device, okay, unless your email server forces you to take them off so it doesn't use up all their space. Okay? Alright, so there's a background on email. Some people are confused. They think an email, when you send it, it goes all the way to the person. No, it goes, sits here in between before it either gets delivered or sent to. Okay. Now, let's move up here. We'll have another view of this. We have these servers. This is going back now to our web work. We have these servers. So here's the IT area. Okay, that's an area within the NIACC area. Okay, and we have PCs and we have the work server. Here, the work server in this area, this is the private address that we use for the work server. Now, if you're going to use that work server via the internet, come in here from outside via the internet, then you have to use this public address. 207.165.226.185. These are actually linked together here. Okay, so they're representing the same location internally. So then we talked a little bit about domain names. So the students use this domain name to go to the website. Okay, that's on a different server. That's actually on this server, but that server also has an external address. And that server is also located in here, inside the IT area. So this name then is translated, domain name servers transfer it to an IP, this public IP, if you're out coming in from the internet. Okay? So we need to be able to distinguish private and public IPs. Let's move on. Okay, so we talked about here again, we use private IPs internally here at the college, and then we must use a public IP when we go out into the internet through an internet service provider. Okay? And then we use out there a public address. Okay? So for example, from somebody's home, they have a private address. Over here at home, we also have a private address, but we go in, let's say this is Mr. Dirksen, Mediacom gives me a public address to use on the internet. And everybody in my house can use that same public address. Here at your house, whoever your ISP is, gives you a public address to use out on the internet. And if this is home someplace, or if, let me use another example. Here's McDonald's, okay, same thing. They're connected in to an ISP, and that ISP supplies them a public address. So if they have 25 people on the Wi-Fi here, they are all using the same public address out there on the internet. When it comes back right in here, it gets sorted out, so it goes back to the right people. And by the way, how does it know one of these devices from the other? You thinking? Right? Physical address, media access control, MAC address. Yeah. A couple other things we talk about. This here, the government. We talked about talked a little bit about setting up a private email server. You can just set up a private email server, connect into the internet, set up your own type of addressing so everything is kept here and everybody comes in and out of here. The question is, can you do that and still make it secure? You can if you understand. We talked a little bit about Wi-Fi here on the college and accessing access points and how we got different private addresses. I got a different one being a faculty member than the students get for their device. And then if they connect outside the college on their data plan using LTE, we mentioned that again. Almost. Let's take a look over here. We had a student need to log in, so we had them log into Windows 8. Their password wasn't working. Here again, we're talking about private addresses at my location. I get a public address from Mediacom to go to the internet. Then we had some terms. Okay, we'll start here at the top. File transfer protocol. When you're going to your PC from some other location to your PC, it's a download. If you're sending something from your PC up, it's an upload. Okay, so when we edit our web page, when we edit it, then update it, we send that up. When we look at the web page, we are bringing stuff down to our PC. And we'll talk about, putting files out there on the website so other people can download them. File transfer protocol is not secure. Secure copy is. So this encrypts it. This does not encrypt it. We reviewed. You get a private address typically based on your locale. Like we talked about, we get a private address here at home. I have one for my laptop, I get one for my phone, I get one for my tablet, my wife's got one for her phone, for her laptop, and we have a computer in the basement. So we divvy up, all have private IPs, but we use that same public IP when we go to the internet. We call them logical because we assign them, and they're usually assigned by Dynamic Host Control Protocol, DHCP, assigns those IP addresses. If we want to use a name instead of an IP to locate a website, we use domain name services. And I showed how the domains I have, looked at some examples, and talked about students can get their own domain names. Logical topology, how it looks in general. Most of all the things I draw on the board are probably considered logical. Physical topology is more of the specifics of where everything is in terms of exactly how a PC connects into a device and how that device is connected to another device and so forth. Usually this is more general, and usually it has IP addresses, right? Logical addresses. This talks about more specifics and more exact connections. All right. And then we did look at MailChimp and the services it provides for a newsletter, just as something to talk about in terms of a newsletter by email, which is, you might not believe, but that is pretty popular. Getting only content you want is kind of a smart way to do it. All right, and that's it for today.